project factors. That's one of the, I think, important element of situation analysis. And situation analysis is seen as one of the basic ingredients of language curriculum design. And as many of you know, that a project is actually produced by a bunch of people. I mean, it's not the kind of when we specifically talk about language curriculum design, various stakeholders are involved. I mean, the main stakeholders are the learners, the teachers, the administration, and the ministry as well, and the textbook writers. So this is the project factor is one of the key elements of situation analysis. So we will look at how project factors need to be adequately taken into account in order to analyze a situation, a setting of the course, right? The impact of different variables on language curriculum design project. Okay, the project factors actually revolve around various variables. Who's going to constitute the project? Who's going to produce the project? Who is involved? And what interests are there? For example, what interests of learners are there? What interests of teachers or administration is there? Right. So this needs to be taken into account for an efficient project making, right? And in order to make a project, it needs to be streamlined. The team responsibilities, who is going to do what, and then we've got what goals and how we can determine the goals, right, of that project. Okay, and who's going to review or assess the overall progress of the project? This needs to be highlighted, right? And we also need to understand the experience element of different stakeholders involved in the project, right? And we also need to understand how different members of the project have harmony with each other, right? How they regard each other and what's their relationship, and how their relationship can impact upon the project itself. Let's see these variables in the light of another example, right? We've got example. Just imagine that there is a private university, right? And a group of teachers is given a task to prepare a language course for a specific group of learners. And the senior most teacher is given the task of as an in charge. Okay, but what happened actually? There happened to be some disagreement on the nature of the goals of the course between the senior teacher and the other teachers working involved in that particular project, right? So that's actually, this example illustrates that we need to adequately take into account the relationship that exists between different stakeholders, for example, the senior teacher and the rest of the teachers, right? So I think we have taken sufficient look how project factor is considered to be an important element of situation analysis. I think project factor is the key. If the project factor is adequately addressed, it will naturally make this success of situation analysis in terms of its economic, political, social, or some other key factors.